Hello, I'm Dr. Chris Rickards from Concept Dental Center, and here I'm to continue my show and tell with cool, fun things in the office. So today what I'm going to show you here is, this is a Plutona erbium YAG and ND YAG laser. What I use this particular laser and this particular setup, which means this handpiece for, is laser snore reduction. It's a really, really interesting technology and use of the technology in the sense that really for snoring there's not a lot of options other than fairly drastic surgeries, which are very uncertain as to whether they work or not. There's or the CPAP issues for people having or more sleep apnea, and just generally speaking, the disturbances that in people's lives that snoring can bring. There's been very few options on how to treat that. This is the erbium YAG laser, and what we do is we use this handpiece to treat the back of the throat, the areas in the mouth that when you're sleeping will vibrate. It's as you're inhaling or exhaling air, it goes across these tissues and they kind of ripple like a little river, and they result in some snoring noises. That's a cause of snoring. There's other situations, so this is not going to address snoring for all people. That's very important to note. It's not a cure everyone situation. But the nice thing about it is the people that it does work on, it works on really well. I'm fortunately one of the types who this works on very well. And just from personal experience, what I can tell you is even as after the first treatment, your snoring can have a very significant reduction, anywhere to completely gone to just bringing you down to levels where you're much more sporadic, much less intense. And the treatment itself, it's actually been a bit of an evolving thing. I started doing this about 3 or 4 years ago, and the guidelines for the treatments were from Europe, and they'd only been using them for another 2 years prior to that. And the guidelines have been changing quite consistently, and when I say guidelines, there's a lot, even software upgrades to make the lasers do different things. Again, I won't get too much into the science behind laser mechanics and that sort of thing, but the idea is just to understand is the whole treatment concept and how we provide it has been changing and evolving. So for example, when I first started, it was a treatment of 3 or 4 treatments, and it was about $2,500 for a session for the 4 treatments. Now, over time, also the way that we've been doing this, I've got it down to 1 to 2 treatments, and at a fraction that cost. I think it's like $500 per treatment, and often people will do well with 1 treatment. And what I'll suggest is try it for 1 treatment. If it works, great. You might want a second one, just to see if it will further improve your situation. It becomes a personal decision after that. You want to have more treatments. If it does nothing for you after the first treatment, I'll then caution somebody saying, you can try 1 more, and I'll again modify the parameters that we're using, but I certainly will promise you that it's going to work. If it's not doing anything after 2, I'd probably say, yeah, just, if you really, really find that it's not helping you, then stop. Fortunately, I would have to say it's about 70% of the time we'll get very good results. And the thing is when you do get very good results, it's quite a life-changing thing for people. They'll be telling you, my spouse sleeps so much better, and I find that when I wake up, I'm just more refreshed. And it's really kind of what it's all about. It doesn't do much more than that and make you be able to wake up and be more refreshed and hopefully reduce or eliminate your snoring.